Hey, what's up? Welcome or welcome back. I am so glad that you are here and that you stopped by. What's good? You already know that if you are hearing your girl, then I got a message for you. And if this is your first time seeing or hearing your girl, just know that I have a message for you. If you think that I don't have a message for you, it's because I don't. Right. Okay, what you talking about? Uh, if you are interested in booking a reading, holla at your girl. I have all the information in my description box below. You guys, I'm in a bed, so yeah, we doing it this way because spirit just won't let me. Like I literally took melatonin, I took magnesium. Like spirit's like, yeah, you got a message. This is a channel message, mind you, but it dawned on me. You have handlers in your life because you can't be. They knew, your family knew early on as a child because they assess everybody and scan everybody and they try to figure out how you're going to turn out and predict certain things about your future. So for some of you, it's like they they use like astrology to dictate what's good, like through birth charts and whatnot. But these people knew really early on that you were not going to conform. They knew you wasn't going to conform, and they knew that you needed to be monitored. Um, because of your path, because of your gift, because of what you are capable of. For some of you, it's like you haven't even tapped into what you're capable of. Like for some of you, like for instance, you could be a reader as well, right? And you could talk about love messages and things of that nature. But the real shit that you're supposed to be touching on, like you don't talk about it. And it's all through conditioning because I feel like no matter your accuracy, no matter how on point you really are, you still doubt because of these handlers in your life, right? They're there to make you doubt. So when you do talk about certain things, you don't feel confident. I also feel like too, your self-esteem, your mood, the way you view yourself, and just your confidence when it comes down to what you do, you were never supposed to be the messenger that you are. This is for a fellow tarot reader. This is for somebody who gets messages. This is for somebody who's supposed to spread the word of Jesus or the Most High. Take it how it resonates. Either way it goes, I honestly feel like in doing that, you are also supposed to dismantle and expose certain organizations, big or small. And in doing that, your job is to enlighten and awaken those around you. Which is why if you're here, then you already know this is something for you because my channel itself has been suppressed. Everything I do is suppressed. And I know I'm not the only one, right? And it's done like that because it's supposed to be looked at as nonsense. They want you to feel like what you're saying is nonsense, you're spewing nonsense. They want to do things to you as well to make you look or appear like you are crazy. So then when it comes down to it, or when you get close, or before you have this other awakening, is what I'm getting, they have complete conservatorship over you. So it's like there's individuals set in your path to try to like knock down your spirit, um, maybe put you through different humiliation rituals, um, isolate you, different things. But in doing all that, I feel like because you've gone through certain things from childhood, you've learned how to transmute energy so well, 444. And it's like, even in their tactics to destroy you or to slow you down, you've kind of figured out the loophole or figured out the sauce. Because at first you just couldn't for the life of you understand why the hell was it this serious. You were asleep still. No matter how many awakenings you've had or you thought you experienced, you still wasn't doing what the hell you was supposed to be doing here. So they still felt like they had time. So the tactics get a little bit more trickier, and they're gonna get even more weirder, unexplainable. Things are gonna just happen that don't seemingly make sense. But it's to get you to go nuts. The idea is that you are completely unrecognizable from yourself. But okay, there's a reader that I won't say I used to watch her per se, but like a couple years ago, there was a reader that I came across, and I'm not gonna lie, like she had some dark. I feel like she was low key maybe into some darker shit or some shit she just didn't know about. But it's like she wanted to come off as very knowledgeable and smart in other areas other than just like even in like esoteric knowledge, but also like, you know, I don't know. It just seemed like she was going through a lot. I could tell that she didn't have family support like that. She spoke about not being close to certain individuals in her family. And so she was pretty much so isolated. But it seemed like she started dibbling and dabbling in a lot of magic. But it's hard to kind of low key. Like her readings used to be so fucking on point, bro. Like when it came down to like certain karmics that I was dealing with at the time, bro, like her shit was just so tapped in. But she dealt with a lot of karmic energy. And I feel like too, it's like she was getting spiritually attacked. But the way her attackers made it seem like, they made it seem as though she was the aggressor, right? When all she really was doing was defending herself through multiple from multiple spiritualists, right? But because she came off a certain way, it's like the collective automatically went towards, she had some supporters, but for the majority, like people went towards the other side. And now the people she was beefing with, like one girl was a fucking tarot reader, and then she turned, and now I guess she don't read tarot no more. She just like, Christian or some shit now, whatever the fuck. But like people was switching gears. Long story short, after all this spell work was being exchanged, all this spiritual warfare was happening, she can't she now if like she still posts to this day. And her shit is like word salad. Like she's definitely gone through like a psychosis, but the shit has lasted for years now. Like I'm not trying to put her out there like that, but the shit has lasted for years, and those who know. Um and I feel like something like that is what they want to do to you. And I feel like that's all a part of like spiritual hygiene, staying within boundaries and really not stepping outside of like your lane or your scope, or wherever the hell. But I feel like somebody wants you to come off looking crazy. They need you to come off looking crazy. For some of you, I do feel like this is attached to some type of money. Okay, that they feel like you're not going to share some type of money or some shit. That's for some of you. For others of you, is this has been before you were born. And things were set in place already a certain way. And you being here the way you are, you disrupt that. And somebody's not going for that. Well, they're trying not to go for that. But I don't think they got a choice.